Welcome to TuberChat. If you're on your way to 10,000 subscribers, you've come to the right place. We are going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. I I made a mistake. Simply Royce is our featured channel for tomorrow. Our featured channel for today is already in the chat. Oh, you both are already in the chat. So Simply Royce, we have that to look forward to for tomorrow. And Jenny O'Brien, forgive me for that. When I was setting up for TuberChat today, I think I was rushing a little bit. But there's Jenny O'Brien. This is a dynamic creator who is back with YouTube, or sorry, TuberChat again and again over the last little while. She's almost at 2,000 subscribers. So there's obviously much to be learned. She's a fellow Canadian and actually from within about a half an hour in the same area as myself. So that's just interesting to note. She supports me both here at TuberChat and on my personal channel. And hopefully everybody will subscribe to Jenny O'Brien if you haven't already. So today is the earliest episode of TuberChat that we've ever done. So hopefully a few more people are able to access what we've got going on here than usual. And then give me a moment, if you don't mind, while I welcome everybody. There are a lot of dynamic creators in the chat. Everybody here is willing to connect. TuberChat is not a sub-for-sub network, but you will find lots of friends and family members for your channel if you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen. But short films, I'm just giving you a personal message there. My name's Kevin K. I keep forgetting when I put these things up, my name disappears. So a lot of people lately don't know my name. And it's funny, I was in a panel the other day with my friend Vern's Junk Closet, and somebody came in the chat and said, "Hey, is that TuberChat?" Just because they recognize me. Anyway, well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to TuberChat. Bab and Welt, good to see you here. Candy, good to have you in the chat. Clayton, the Irish Den, it's always a pleasure when you're here. And Designs by CADPro. CADPro, thank you very much for coming in. Jenny O'Brien, of course, our featured channel for today is here. Just Living Life is always wishing everybody a great day and to be crushing their goals. Hopefully everybody's doing that. Carrie Beth, it's always wonderful to see you. McCoy Fam Channel is in the house. MCMO Malt Kev Mix. It's been a while, but I'm glad you're back in the house. Thanks for coming in. PA, thank you for everything that you do. Our moderator is in the house nice and early, of course. Puppet Short Films, it's good to see you. The Psycho Ducky, it's good to have you back. And our featured channel for tomorrow, Simply Royce, is also in the house. I hope I haven't skipped anybody, but as we continue on and you're active in the chat, of course, I'll get around to everybody. Mr. Johnny25, good to see you in the chat. I'm always doing well. Thank you for asking. Hopefully you are too. And then hopefully everybody is already having a good time connecting, meeting new friends and family members. There's Angel's Army. Thank you for coming in as well. I had a good time hanging out with you for a few moments on your live stream last night. Jenny O'Brien was actually with me when Kristen and I did a live stream from a town very close to us, a beautiful old town called Niagara-on-the-Lake. The other day, we live in Niagara Falls, Canada, and we went on a horse-drawn carriage ride. That was a spontaneous thing. Kristen took me for that. So Jenny O'Brien was with us for that live stream as well. And I appreciate everything that Jenny O'Brien has been doing, especially lately. So this is why we have our featured channel for today. We've also got some members on the wheel. And for those of you who are newer to TuberChat, the way that the wheel works is once you're here for about half an hour, 45 minutes or so, it's arbitrary. I don't keep a timer. I have a robot called Bottissimo that helps me out with that. And this keeps track of how active everybody is in the chat. But once you've been here for a while and you're meeting new friends and family members, active and everything else, you get added to the wheel. The wheel is completely random, as you can imagine. But when I spin the wheel and your name comes up, if you're still here, we put your channel up on the screen and talk about it for a moment, if that's what you would like. Kristen Walton, my love, is in the house. She's here as a moderator and a member, so I'm going to get her onto the wheel as well. And I'm just going to do some house cleaning here. And so I changed usually I ask a question as the topic of the day for the last couple of weeks, but today there is big things happening. And we saw a major purge at the beginning of this week where lots of people lost a lot of watch hours, lots of subscribers, myself included. I probably lost anywhere from 30 to 40 on 2 different channels. But the losses continue every single day. And for a lot of people, our sub counts have not been increasing. I was lucky to hang out on Christian Nomad's channel last night while they were discussing it. And I didn't realize that one of the things that's happening is people's sub counts are not going up every day. Now, if I understood what he said in his live stream properly, he was experimenting with the idea that connecting with people whose subscriptions are public only allowed the numbers to increase. So I'm recommending, I always recommend it anyway, but I'm recommending for everybody to have your subscriptions public. In my opinion, there's no reason to hide it. I don't even know why YouTube decided to have that feature. I suppose it's to elude us into thinking there's some kind of privacy or something like that, but I don't think it makes a difference if people can see who you're subscribed to or not. This is not Facebook. This is not Instagram. This is not Twitter. It's a different animal out here. But that's just an opinion, so we'll see. But yes, designs by CAD Pro. Yes, Kristen woke up this morning very disappointed to find that more subscribers had been lost and more watch hours had been lost. And we always see different glitches and purges and things from YouTube, and every time they end up fixing things, even though it throws all of us into a frenzy, myself included. However, we just don't have an end date for this. And then if anybody wants to swap playlists for the purpose of gaining watch hours, then you can simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. And other creators will reach out to you for the purpose of doing that. And of course, you're free to make those arrangements independently. Forgive me while I just address something quickly on the phone here. If there's ever anything in the chat that anybody thinks I need to address urgently with regard to creators not connecting properly, whether it's a misunderstanding or otherwise, you can reach out to me on Instagram at the one-word tuberchat, and I will try to be attentive of it, and then I can address anything that you think that I need to. So I did say I was going to do some house cleaning. I will get some channels up on the wheel shortly. Philly Girl, good to see you here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. I've been staring at my phone there for a quick second. And hopefully everybody's having a good time connecting. I was told this purge was more extensive due to it being postponed 3 months earlier because of the pandemic. That's interesting. We did see something 3 months earlier. I actually made a video on my personal channel about losing subscribers and what some of the reason was and how people can prevent it a little bit. With all we can do is, little bits to try to help ourselves. JCC Tube, good to see you in the chat. And Philly Girl, I should thank you as well, because actually Philly Girl was in Christian Nomad's live stream last night when they were discussing this. And I just happened to walk in. I was just supporting, creators like I usually do. That was my first time catching Christian Nomad. And they had a dynamic conversation going on as well. But Christian Nomad was explaining to me it's not just a purge. Every day we're having problems. and Philly Girl had backed that up. This is the one thing that's great about having friends and meeting creators and starting a bit of a friendship happening is you start to gain some trust. And then when your friends are telling you what is happening, you tend to be able to follow that and believe it easier. But hopefully, yeah, JCC Tube lost about 20 friends. Yeah, I haven't seen a huge loss. Just Living Life says 5. Watch time is still going well. 320 for 4 days now. Yes, Philly girl. It's funny because I don't typically stare, and I don't mean stare, but I don't focus on my subscriber counts very much on both channels, either tuberchat or my personal channel. They're growing. They're only going to grow as fast as they're going to grow. I'm not really too worried about it. If there's a major difference, I'll see it. But I didn't realize, yeah, I was tuberchat was sitting at 1620 for days. And I only realized it after last night's live stream when you all were talking about it. And I say, yeah, wait a second. I don't think they've moved. And I think today I have 1621 or something like that. I don't even know. I got to look and see if it's dipped again. But there will be an end to this, I'm sure. We've seen this before. Not this extensively, though, or at least I haven't. Not in the last 4 years. However, we can bet there'll be an end to this sometime soon. If there's mistakes that are made by YouTube in the process, they'll be repaired, as they always do. And then thank you, Candy, very much. Oh, and Shenzhen Zen is watching an ad. Thank you for that. No, you're right, Philly girl. You're absolutely right. I probably was a lot more focused on subscriber counts before I was monetized, but both my channels are monetized now. So I'm not really, I'm not watching them every day, those are not the numbers I'm worried about. I'm worried more about view counts, how many creators are coming through the chat, make sure tuberchat is still growing, still strong, still solid, things like that. But I also, not that it matters, but just for the sake of saying, I also decided not to quit before I ever started YouTube. And that is over 4 years ago. I already knew that I'd be doing this for the long term. That's why I started. So some of the things like worrying about whether I was going to be monetized this week or next week or this month or next month didn't matter because I knew it was coming anyway. I've monetized 5 channels now. Not that that matters, but I'm just saying. So it keeps me worried about different aspects of what's going on. I monitor the chat, see how things are going, how people are getting along. When I get out and visit other creators and I see people I know from tuberchat mixing and mingling in other people's chats, I'm happy because I see the support is going on. I pay attention to the messages that come in on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, things like that, to see how people are sharing, how people are interacting with me, the questions that are being asked and stuff like that. There's a lot to all of this for all of us. Miss Jovu, thank you for coming in. I think this is your first time with tuberchat. Becky Peters, hopefully I welcomed you. I know you were here early. And Shen Zen Zen, hopefully those ads are done for you, but thank you for coming in. Life Everything Under the Sun, thank you for coming in as well. You're right, Mr. Johnny 25. The purge is not such a bad thing if you think about it this way. Who wants dead and fake channels weighing your channel down, not watching or helping your channel? It's actually hurting your averages, to be honest with you, when you think about how many subscribers you have compared to view counts. If you knew there was 100 channels subscribed to you that were never going to watch a video, they were never going to leave you a comment, never even touch your channel, then the thought is, as long as you're over 1,000 subscribers, you know what? Yeah, they're not helping because they're making the algorithm think you have 100 more people than you really actually do, and therefore is making all your other count averages lower. But so I'm adding to it, but it's a good way to put it, Mr. Johnny 25. You're absolutely right. And Mr. Johnny 25, thanks for sharing. Oh, you are. Shenzhen is still in ads. Thank you. If anybody, we always should be watching ads for each other at all times. When it comes to tuberchat, I really want you to be here growing your channel. So if an ad is a few minutes long or something like that, I hope you'll watch it, as you will expect people will watch it for you. But like today, I saw a 50-minute ad on a channel. Now it's on a channel I'm not worried about, and like I'm running playlists and this and that. But I was like, I don't expect anybody to sit through 50 minutes of an ad waiting to come into tuberchat. You're going to miss the whole thing. So I don't want you to feel bad in that case, but if an ad is of a reasonable size, I hope you'll watch. It really does help the channel, of course, as you can imagine. And forgive me, I don't mean to miss everything in the chat. Simply Royce also lost over 150. Wow. Okay, yeah, I'm losing more. Yeah, so that's extreme. That's one of the most extreme I've heard, probably like in the top 3 of people that I've heard losing. But, there will be an end to this. And what YouTube usually does is delete invalid connections or invalid views or invalid plays and stuff like that. There are a lot of things that we should not be doing. Like, so when we're swapping playlists for people with each other, that's okay, because it's reasonable to think that you would binge watch somebody's videos. But this is why we say do not include live streams. This is why also we say you must have the volume up to at least number 2. It can't be on 0 or 1 as well. You want to not run the same playlists over and over, clearing caches, clearing watch time, clearing browser history and all that. I don't do it, so I don't recommend it. And then playing on normal speed, please don't ever play on 1.25 or 2 or whatever it is. I don't even see the point in that. Somebody asked me about that the other day, and I said, well, what's the point? Are you going to run 14 playlists for other people this week instead of 7? Is that why you need to rush? Because even I have never had a week where I've run 14 playlists for people. But so anyway, Miss Jovu, forgive me, I haven't given you a proper welcome. I had to hide your message there because we don't do any self-promotion here. So we don't do follow me on Instagram or come to my channel or visit me guys or any of that other stuff. So the idea here is you can connect with other creators by following the instructions at the bottom of the screen, and I'll go over the process in detail in a moment. If you take your time, meet people one by one. The object here is always to go first. So it's the opposite of a lot of other growth streams where everybody is expecting to subscribe to your channel after you subscribe to theirs. So Philly girl, yeah, it seems like it. Yeah, I mean, if you had playlists that were all under 12 hours a day, or let's say under 24 hours a day, ran them at 2 speed, yeah, maybe you could do it. But why would anybody do that? Why would, like, I don't understand. There's a lot of things I do understand. People want to like play games and cut corners everywhere. I get that. I don't do it. But when it comes to playing things on double speed and stuff, who are you helping? I don't know how it humanly could be possible. But anyway, so Miss Jovu, yes. So the way that we connect here specifically is to leave you can connect to anybody you want to in the chat. Everybody here wants to connect. So you can leave a single emoji next to somebody's name in the chat to let them know. Oh, and sorry, I'll get back to it. Declan Fans 2020. No, they're not punishing small YouTubers. They're doing this to everyone. Actually, one of the creators in the chat here just said that, oh, I forget where it is. Somebody just said that somebody lost 5,000. But it's not that they're punishing. What they're doing is removing anything that they think is invalid. They have advertisers to think about, and they can't be selling ads to companies for all of us where we're trying to make money when the advertisers are going to find out that nobody's actually watching, that we're all playing games, clicking and running playlists and all this other stuff, trying to cheat the system. There are some things we can do that are legitimate, but there are a lot of things that people do that are not. So you'll never hear me recommend any of that stuff. But they're not punishing us. They have to look after their platform. And I know it sucks today, but it's actually better for all of us because it means the ad revenue that's going to come in is strong and solid. things like memberships and super chats, people are going to be confident with. The more people we get as memberships, the more people we get super chatting, the more it's going to benefit everyone. And then Mr. Johnny 25, yeah, everybody here in TuberChat understands connecting loyally, so we don't really have to do too much of the reminding everybody to connect genuinely and stuff like that. I'm very lucky because the crowd at TuberChat seems to be extremely respectful. It's truly a community here. There are a lot of people who have become truly what you will call family. I luckily connect with a lot of creators outside of YouTube now, even hooking up in real life for collaborations and things like that. We talk on Instagram, we share knowledge and stuff like that. Suraj Life, thanks for coming in. And then forgive me because I keep going back, Miss Jovu. What I was saying is the way that we connect here, for anybody that's brand new to TuberChat, you can leave a single emoji next to somebody's name in the chat to let them know that you want to connect with them, and then head to their channel and watch a short video in full of at least 1 minute long so that it registers with the YouTube algorithms. Then leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. And it should be at least a couple of full sentences long so that it doesn't get caught in the YouTube spam filters or held for review. And then give the creator a thumbs up, because we should always be doing that for each other, and then subscribe to them and come back into the chat here and leave a double emoji next to their name. That lets them know you've secured that connection the right way, and then say something about the video that you watched so that they can find your comment easily and quickly, and then turn around and do the same thing for your channel right away. Thank you very much. And Shenzhen Zen, thanks for sitting through those ads. Mr. B and I is in the house. Now, you do not have to be a super chatter or a member to get onto the wheel. However, in the case of super chatters and members, we just let them skip the line so that they can get onto the wheel or the screen right away. And I'll be adding lots of names to the wheel. Everybody has an equal opportunity to get on the wheel. It just has to do with how active you are in the chat. It's not only about how long you're here. My friend Bautissimo keeps track of how active everybody is in the chat, and that's how I determine the order of how people get on there. I don't mean to miss anything in the chat. And then, so for today, you'll see that I've put this today's topic thing up for everybody to look at, and it has to do with the purge. So we learned some new things, and I'm going to have to repeat this many times today, but what is happening is, for some people, most people, it seems, sub counts are not going up. So when other creators are connecting with you, unfortunately, now we have to go even more so on the honor system and take each other at our word. But it's that much more important to leave quality comments, because somebody, when you visit their house, as we say, you may not see a sub count go up. So they'll be relying on the comment to make sure that you did. The other thing that everybody can do to help, and Shenko4LF, thanks for coming back in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. If you're still active in the chat, I will certainly get to you at some point. I just am in the middle of all these speeches today because YouTube has got us all going a little bit crazy. One of the things you can do to help is make your subscriptions public. My subscriptions are public on both my channel and TuberChat. And that, for that reason, somebody could go through your subscriptions and make sure that they are subscribed when you say you visited their house or baked them cookies or other things. And there we go. There's Christian Nomad right now. I just wanted to thank you again, because we were talking I was talking about the fact that I learned in your live stream last night. It was the first time I was in Christian Nomad's live stream. They were talking about this purge and what's going on daily. And Mr. Johnny 25 has more to add about that as well. But so Christian Nomad, let me ask you this. If I understood what you were saying right yesterday, you were saying that if people's subscriptions are public, your sub count will go up and stay up? Or are you saying no, it goes up and then it just resets anyway? And that's it. Yeah, Mr. B and I. So unfortunately, we have to have extra patience with everybody, because our sub counts may not go up right now while we're connecting. So we have to rely that much harder or that much more so on quality comments from everybody. Your comments should be at least a couple of sentences. They should be related to the content of the video that you're watching, not resets anyway. But at least you can check. So if I understand what Christian Nomad is saying now, saying no, it still resets. Your sub count is going to reset every day. However, if your subscriptions are public, somebody is able to check that you have subscribed to them. Therefore, I'm suggesting to everybody to make your subscriptions public. There's no reason to hide it. If you don't want people to know who you're subscribed to. I understand that on Instagram and Twitter and sometimes even Facebook, but here on YouTube, I just don't think it's necessary, especially not in our community. Brandon Jackson, good to see you here. Becky Peters, everybody wants to dance, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody that you'd like to. How do you make your subscriptions public? Maybe I need to get in and find that setting right now. Let's go to YouTube Studio, and when we come back, I'll start spinning the wheel, and I'll get some names on the wheel after we get a couple of channels up on the screen. My internet's always a little bit slower just because I'm live streaming and I've got so many windows open. But let's see if we can check our settings, and I'll see if I can find where it is. It might not be here. I think I know where it is. Manage YouTube account, advanced channel settings, display the number of people. It's not branding. I'm just going to try community for a quick second, but I think it's somewhere else actually. Mr. Johnny 25, absolutely. That's a possibility. I come on as a guest on several panels. And then Christian Nomad is asking, oh, the default is private. Okay, that makes sense. So let's look back at advanced settings. I'm going to find it here, and then I'll do a better job of showing you how to do this. We'll do it again tomorrow, actually. See, it just, my internet, because I've got so many windows open, I've got 5 windows and I don't know how many tabs open. Let me try refreshing and see what happens. I just have to ask for your patience. Yes, Brandon Jackson, but that, you're right. They have changed the button where you change your channel layout, but it's not for everybody yet. So yesterday and all this weekend, I've been going through those tutorials to show you how to customize your front page. If you have this new tab here called customization, and we can go over that again later today if you'd like to, but not everybody has it yet. So if you have this tab, it changes the way that you deal with your front page layout, makes it a little bit easier, but it is what it is. So let me see if I was wrong. Maybe it's over here. Let's go to YouTube. I gotta find this thing again. As you can imagine, I never look at it. Once the subscriptions are public, they're public, and that's it. But I think I know where it is. If anybody does know, you can tell me so I can get this done faster, if you don't mind. So Declan Fans 2020. So because you're telling me that you don't have it, I'll do it afterwards. Okay, thank you, Mr. Johnny 25. It's tuberchat everywhere. Instagram's best, but I'm also on Facebook and Twitter. Here's our settings here. This is a different settings than what's in YouTube Studio, and I wondered if it was here. Let's try advanced settings and see if that's it. Why is that not it? That doesn't make sense. That's not it. All right, we'll try YouTube Studio again. We'll see if I find it. Yeah, that's not a glitch, Brandon Jackson. That's just the way that they do it, and then you can move people around if you want to. Lift to Eat, good to see you here. Aaron Hockey, good to see you as well. Advanced settings. Let's try here. Christian Nomad's trying to help me. Channel. Lift to Eat found it. Privacy. Managed account. So I'm in the wrong, am I in the wrong area? Try advanced channel settings. Christian Nomad is saying managed accounts and then privacy. So Christian Nomad is saying advanced settings. So forgive me, was it in advanced settings when I go to YouTube where I was on the outside and then settings, or is it in YouTube Studio settings? They got two different settings things. Arlene Style Home Cooking. This is what I mean. We're learning together. Go back to the other settings where tabs are on the left side. Click the privacy tab. Okay. Lift to Eat and Christian Nomad are both trying to help me. We'll get this though. We'll go to settings here when you're on YouTube and go to privacy. That made sense. Yeah, I didn't look at it. Here we go. Keep all my subscriptions private. You turn this off the way I have it. Your subscriptions will not be visible, and then you can manage your subscription. So the setting is right here. It's very easy to go to. So thank you both. Thank you, Lift to Eat. Thank you, Christian Nomad. And I will do this tutorial again at the beginning of tomorrow. I'm going to remember this. I always keep notes on pen and paper here. So anyway, let's do it again. So we're on, let's go to YouTube. We're on YouTube. We go to our logo and we go down here to settings, not to YouTube Studio. We go to settings, we go to privacy, and there it is right there. Make sure this is off. And what that allows is when you tell somebody that you've subscribed to their channel, they can now go through your subscriptions and make sure that they're there. So it's basically your proof if you need it. What I will ask from everybody in TuberChat until we get through this, and we have no idea how long this is going to go on, just please have patience with other creators. If your sub counts are not going up immediately, rely on the comments. Pen and paper is the best, says Declan Fans 2020. And then, oh, there's another way to do it, Mr. Johnny 25. Is that right? I'll look again. But now that we've got it in an easy way. So I'll look again, and if there's another way to do it, then what I'll do is I'll do it at the beginning, the very beginning of tomorrow's TuberChat episode, so that everybody knows where it is. Yeah, Iron Hockey, it's unfortunate. Life will change. Good to have you back in the house. I know it's been a little while. Forgive me for anybody that I haven't welcomed coming into the chat. We've been doing a tutorial, and I've been giving long speeches and everything else like I like to do. But I appreciate everybody hanging out. Hopefully we will meet lots of new friends and family members today. So I did promise we were going to start getting channels on the screen. So you can see there's 1622. If we go back over the replays of TuberChat, I go into the settings almost every day, and you'll see that they haven't really moved. It's gone up 2 in the last day. So we'll see tomorrow morning if it resets to 1620 again. Here's Simply Royce. This is our featured channel from tomorrow, but because they are a silver member, their channel is added to the wheel whether they're here or not at the beginning of every live stream. Jenny O'Brien I put on the wheel, but she doesn't need to be there because that's our featured channel for today. We already looked at that channel. Hopefully we're speeding up now a little bit. Here's Simply Royce. Christian Nomad's excellent spreadsheet, proving that people are not leaving you. The count is just wrong. Very good. Very good. That's what I was really interested in last night. And again, Christian, I know I said to you on Instagram, but last night I was driving in between errands. I was going from one place to the other. So I kept on, like, I'd comment in between when I made a stop, but I was listening more than anything else. But I was happy to catch Christian Nomad. So obviously now from what we've seen today, Christian Nomad and Live to Eat both, and Mr. Johnny 25, they all have knowledge when it comes to this stuff that can be shared. I learned what we're talking about today from Christian Nomad last night, and Philly Girl that was in there, and Chasing America was in there as well. And then Live to Eat has helped us today to find the setting we're looking for. So I hope everybody will subscribe to these channels, because there's obviously knowledge there that can better, your channel, give you a stronger and solid foundation. And the goal always of TuberChat and everything I want to do is to better the knowledge for the entire community. And I'm always happy when I see people helping and doing things like that already. So I'm making a note here too. Visible, yes. Designs by CAD Pro, yes. This is to make your subscriptions public so that people can check. When you say you've subscribed to them, they can go to your subscriptions and see themselves there. Now, if you do it with TuberChat, you're going to have a good time, because I'm subscribed to well over 1,000 channels. But you will find what you're looking for. Thank you, Puppet Short Films. Hopefully you're having a good time meeting new friends and family members. Taylor Rochester, good to see you here. This is your first time with TuberChat, but hopefully you are welcome, feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody here is willing to connect. They are expecting to subscribe to your channel after you subscribe to theirs. This is not a sub for sub network. We are very focused on loyal and dedicated supporters. But you can meet as many friends and family members if you'd like. If you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen. And Jaden Sue, how do you see the numbers that you've joined TuberChat? I don't quite know exactly what you mean, but as a member, I don't think there's a way for anybody to really see members, except for some channels choose to put their members on their front pages as like a featured channels type of idea. But and TuberChat does that, but there's not really a number in the outside of YouTube. There is in YouTube Studio, but not outside. Thank you very much, Philly Girl. Mountain Girl's back in the house. Thank you for coming back in. Travel Around is here as well. This is what I mean. It's great to see some of the people that we haven't seen lately. Hopefully that's because we changed the time today. We're doing a live stream extremely early today, the earliest one we've ever done on TuberChat. And the reason why is because I have a family engagement afterwards today for the afternoon, but I did not want to take the day off from TuberChat. So Brandon Jackson, the way that I feature channels when you're talking about the thumbnails and stuff, like for instance, Jenny O'Brien today and Simply Royce tomorrow, I select channels to be featured based on generosity that I see from the creators in the community. So there's lots of different things that I look for. Usually it's people who swap playlists. Sometimes things like these featured channels come into play. And then otherwise, I see things where creators are engaged in the community, helping one another and having conversation and things like that. So it takes a while. And then Puppet Short Films, I appreciate you. I appreciate you saying that. And the funny thing is, I don't know how serious you are. I'll assume that you're serious. But I used to work in radio. So I didn't do a lot of radio myself. I was a DJ, so I have like 1,000 hours of mic time, or much more than that, probably 25 years of it. But um, one of my first jobs in the radio when I worked there a long time ago was to produce radio commercials. I would do that all day. So I had to coach professionals on how to speak, and therefore I learned to do the same thing. But I appreciate you saying that. Oh, travel around is actually traveling. That's great. That means you must have some dynamic content for everybody to check out. So that's cool. But I appreciate every moment that you're here. As we grow and as we all follow more and more channels, it becomes harder and harder to support everybody as much as we all might like. So I appreciate every moment that you can spend here. And then just vlogging life, not to mention, is already a gold member, and that's why they're at the top of the wheel here with Jade and Sue, but has just given us another generous super chat. So thank you very much for that. For that reason, what I will do is I will put Just Vlogging Life on the screen right away. I'll let you skip the wheel. Mr. and Mrs. Anabalo is also super chatting as well. So thank you for that. These super chats are absolutely not necessary. Very much appreciated, of course. And just so everybody knows, you do not have to super chat or be a member to get onto the screen or the wheel. But in the case of super chats and memberships, we will let people skip the line and get onto the wheel or the screen right away. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel soon. Life will change. Thank you very much. That's okay. I appreciate, like I said, every moment that everybody can spend here. So Just Vlogging Life, thank you again so much for this generous super chat again. And Mr. and Mrs. Anabalo as well. Thank you very much for yours as well. I'll get to Mr. and Mrs. Anabalo right after Just Vlogging Life. I'm just going to put your name on the wheel as a placeholder for a second so I can grab it easily. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody coming into the chat. Kira Walton, my BFF forever, is in the house. And then thank you, Life Will Change. I've started turning on notification bells for all creators now. So what happens with tuberchat, in the beginning, I did not put a lot of bells on. I didn't know how I was going to deal with that. And in the last few weeks, I decided I want everybody's bell on. So what happens is when I first connect with a creator through tuberchat, I just subscribe to them. However, when they get put up on the screen, after that, if they connect here, it's the second time they get up on the screen. If I connect outside, it's the first time that they can get put up on the screen. Then I put the bell on. But thank you for that. Thank you for that. And hopefully everybody's having a good time connecting, meeting new friends and family members. He Got Sports, thanks for coming in. And then just to reiterate, and Blue Angels 33, are you here? I see somebody reaching out to you. Oh, and Olivia Nakuya, I'm so sorry for not welcoming you earlier. And Blue Angels 33, I get into my speeches and there's a lot going on with YouTube. So I was talking about a few things there just when you came in, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect. So please don't be shy. You can reach out to any creator that you'd like to in the chat. And if you take your time, meet people one by one, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time, if you follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen. And I made a mistake over here, but that's okay. Here's Mr. and Mrs. Anabalo, fellow Canadians. They're here with us every live stream. This is a previously featured channel from tuberchat, of course. And again, one more time, Just Vlogging Life and Mr. and Mrs. Anabalo, Abby and Gijo, thank you so much for your generous super chats. Shenzhen Zen is asking for something with the front page. I wonder if Declan Fans 2020 is still in the house, hopefully, because I'll get into a tutorial for a quick second. Okay, thank you, Brandon Jackson. Yeah, Shenzhen Zen. So I'll tell you what, right before we start spinning the wheel, I'll do a quick tutorial, and I'll show you how to get a video onto the front page, because they've changed the layout. Your layout might be different than mine, so you might have to go back to an older episode of I don't even expect anybody to do this. In an older episode of TuberChat, we go over this stuff all the time. So I've done the tutorial a few times, but I wouldn't even remember where to find them now. Maybe I should find a way to make some kind of a directory and clip out some clips or something like that. I also intend soon on making video tutorials that don't include my long-winded speeches that we go through here on TuberChat, where they'll be very, very short, a couple of minutes each, where when we're putting a featured channel on the front page, or when we're putting a video on the front page, or redoing our layout, the tutorials will be concise. TuberChat has a new feature that will be rolling out to everybody eventually, but we don't know a timeline yet. And the front page is changing. So I'm going to show you the new way of doing it, because the only way I have to show now, as far as I know. I haven't checked my personal channel to see if it's changed yet, but we'll have a look. So I'll get into it right now. And then, oh, Life Through Our Eyes 303, thank you for coming in. Sorry, I didn't see you when you first got here, but thank you for visiting again. Hopefully you're meeting new friends and family members. So let's do it. Let's. There's two ways to do this. First of all, when you want to customize your channel, you can go to your front page and click this button called Customize Channel. But now there's a brand new button inside YouTube. Now, interestingly, this feature was just added within the last 7 days, right around the same time that this purge started to happen. So isn't that interesting that they're playing with a lot of different stuff right now? So right here, there's a customization button, and there's a couple of things here. You have 3 tabs inside this. There's layout, there's branding. This is where you can change your profile picture, banner image. Now they call it a banner. They used to call it channel art. And then your video watermark, which we used to be able to find. And you can still find that in the old place. And then you can do your about section here and your links as well. So when we get back to layout, this is where we want to add our what we're talking about here. So if I wanted to, I'm going to go edit section contents here. And then, oh, this is asking me for a playlist. Oh, okay, I see, because I specifically added a playlist here, and then I just add videos to that playlist. So this playlist is called Creator Shoutout Videos, similar to what you want to add on yours. So edit section contents is going to allow me to change the playlist if that's what I want, but view playlist will allow me to add another video to it. So first of all, you want to make a playlist called Creator Shoutout Videos or something like that, and then put the videos in there. These are videos that people have made. You've seen them before, where people are making many different video suggesting that you follow many different creators. TuberChat has been included. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove this section right now. So it's gone. If I could click publish and somebody was to look at the front page right this second, it's actually gone. Now what I'm going to do is click this add section. And I want a single playlist. And I am going to go through my playlist, these here, Creator Shoutout Videos. Now it put it at the bottom, but I can just grab this little handle and put it back where I wanted it. And there it is. So we've got TuberChat supporters, which are videos that were made specifically for TuberChat. They're quite short, but these creators have made these for us. And then there's these creator shoutout videos that are like what Shenzhen Zen is talking about. So now we click publish. You didn't used to have to click publish, but now you do. It's very important or you'll lose your changes. And then when we go back to our channel, we won't see a change because I had done this in the first place. Caffeine Queen is in the house. It's good to see you here. It's been a little while, but Caffeine Queen is somebody who's been connected to me on both my personal channel and TuberChat for months and months and months. And it'd be nice, designs by CAD Pro. If any of us were a YouTube engineer, that'd be for sure. And then forgive me, Karina KJS, thank you for coming in. Forgive me for not welcoming you. We were just in the middle of a tutorial there for a second, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody that you'd like to in the chat. And if you take your time, meet people one by one, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time if you follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen. Now we look back at our page and it's all back the way it's supposed to. The way it's supposed to look. So I promised we were going to spin the wheel and get some channels up. I'll spin right now and then I'll add some names. And hopefully Miss Jovu is meeting new friends and family members. The Hoops Family Network is in the house. I asked you something and then I didn't look for the... Let's see. Just addressing something quick here. The Javier Lifestyle, thanks for coming back in. And the Hoops Family Network is back in the house after a vacation to Disney, as a matter of fact. So they're going to have some serious dynamic content for everybody to see. Brandon Jackson, we don't do any self-promotion, so please try to keep that to a minimum. When you're going to live stream, your followers will follow you. Ethan Nash, thank you for coming in. I feel like I recognize your channel, and I don't know whether we connected outside or if you have been to TuberChat before, and forgive me for not being sure about that. But hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house, and everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. If you take your time, meet people one by one, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time if you follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen. The Murphy family, for instance, is a silver member here on TuberChat. They get added to the wheel at the beginning of the live stream, whether they're here or not. Pardon me for one moment, and I'll be right back. Figure that out. That's weird. I just ran her on the watch later list and everything. Okay, pardon me, everybody. Kristen was just letting me know something. So Jump the Fat is stuck outside, and thank goodness we have these systems like Instagram and stuff like that where people can reach out to us. So I got to do something quickly and get Jump the Fat into the approved users list. I just subscribed to this channel in the last couple of days. Hopefully we'll catch this right away again. I cleared my watch later list, so here's the channel. There they are. Let's put the bell on first of all. Now you see I'm subscribed. Why on earth would they have this in the shadow band? If somebody can't get into your channel, the sad part is that most times we may never know. They're just shadow banned, and there's no rhyme or reason for it. But Jump the Fat was here with us the other day. Thank you very much, Philly Girl, Philly Girl. Oh, thank you, Ethan Nass, for finding us from Kid Wonder and coming back in. And then, I keep pronouncing that wrong. Arlette style home cooking. I think I kept on saying Arlene. I'm so sorry. Oh, Jump the Fat, you're here. I'm still going to add you into our approved users so everybody can see how that's done. So we just go in YouTube Studio to our community settings. Vegan Realist, good to have you back. Thanks for coming in. Declan Fans 2020 is in the house. Oh, we just did the tutorial where we went through the whole front page. So if you want to look, it's about 50 minutes in to this episode, which is number 80 of tuberchat. Then you can find that tutorial 50 minutes into episode number 80. Elgene, your travel bay. Thanks for coming in. Is it Igene? Igene, your travel bay. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. I think this is your first time with tuberchat. We want to put you in approved users. So I'm copied the URL and I'm pasting it in for Jump the Fat. It takes a second for this to populate. iGenNay. Oh, okay. iGenNay, your travel bay. Very cool name. Thank you for coming in, and hopefully you will meet some new friends and family members. If you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time. And Arlette Style Home Cooking, thank you for coming back in. And then I will describe the process. As you see, I pasted in the URL, waited for it to populate, clicked it. Now I click save, and Jump the Fat is now in our approved users list. And hopefully that will stop their messages from getting caught. I should do the same with Arlette Style Home Cooking. Now that I've got, there's moderators helping when these messages gets held, but I should make a note so that I can catch these. If you find yourself in a chat and your messages are being delayed, it's probably because you're leaving the message and then it's being held for review, and you can ask the host or moderators to add you to the approved users list, and that will solve that problem. Maybe not right away, but after a bit of time. Thank you very much. Jump the Fat, I'm glad you had the patience to let us sort that out for you to come in. It actually started to work, but it's a little bit weird there. Pardon me, what did I say I was going to do? Is it episode 79 today? How's that possible? Doesn't matter. Here's the Murphy family again that we were looking at. Hopefully I haven't lost myself. If there was something anybody wanted me to do that I planned on doing right now, then please let me know. But if not, we're just going to move on. I'm going to start spinning the wheel. And I'm glad everybody's having a good time connecting, meeting new friends and family members. And thank you one more time, Mr. Oh, I didn't put Mr. and Mrs. Annabella. Yes, I did. I put them on the screen. I'm being silly. They gave a generous super chat again, as they've done many times before, so I wanted to make sure we didn't miss their chance. 78. Oh, okay. Forgive me. It doesn't matter. I'm confused because I've already set up the live streams for next week. I was late last week doing it, so I wanted to be early this week doing it. I forgot. Next week starts with number 80, 81, 82, 83. That's why I'm thinking that. Silliness. But thank you very much for everybody's patience and trying to help me figure that out. Okay, the Murphy family is in the building. Is the Murphy family in the building? Or is the Murphy family just up on the screen? They're just up on the screen. But the reason why is because first of all, they're a generous creator anyway, and very much loved in our community. However, because they are a silver member, they get added to the wheel whether or not they are here at the beginning of every live stream. Silver and gold members get that. So I'm just spinning. Here's Mr. B and I. And I'm going to start adding more channels. You do not have to be a super chatter or a member to get onto the wheel or the screen. But I'm going to start adding some more channels in a moment. Mr. L 2.0, thanks for coming in. Yeah, that's okay, Jaden. That's okay. It's because I set up, like I said, all the other live streams. So we're already 5 ahead after today. I should remind everybody, if you can, if you haven't already, please share the stream, whether you have a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, Pinterest, all that other stuff. Or if you haven't already, please give a thumbs up. It really does help the stream and pushes TuberChat just that little bit farther into the algorithm so that we can get found a little bit easier and reach more and more creators. Here's Mr. B and I am going to start adding names to the wheel right now. And Ijane, your travel bay. So specifically what we're here for in TuberChat, it's not a sub for sub network. Sub for sub is very much against YouTube's community guidelines. However, everybody is here to subscribe to each other with the intent of being loyal and dedicated supporters over the long term. So everybody is expecting to subscribe to your channel after you subscribe to theirs. The way that we do that here specifically is to leave a single emoji next to somebody's name in the chat that lets them know that you want to connect with them, and then head to their channel and watch a short video in full of at least 1 minute long so that it doesn't get held for review or caught in the YouTube spam filters. You want to make sure that your comment that you're going to leave on that video is at least a couple of full sentences long. And then you want to give the creator a thumbs up, because we should always be doing that for each other. And then you subscribe to that channel and come back here and leave a double emoji next to their name so that they know that you've secured that connection the right way, and then say something about the video that you watched so that they can turn around and find your comment easily, and then they will do the same thing for your channel. When we talk about all the silly things we say in the chat, we can't say subscribe and subbed and subbing and all that other stuff. So what we say is, I'm going to your house, or I'm leaving you a package, or I'm baking you some cookies, or I want to dance with you. It all means the same thing. So when people say that to you, what they're really saying is, if somebody says, I baked you some cookies, they mean I've been to your channel, I've watched your video, I've left you a comment, I've given you a like and subscribed to you, and now I'm waiting for you to do the same thing for me. But here in TuberChat, the object is you always want to go first. So please don't wait for anybody to come to you. Adrienne Villanueva Vlogs, thank you for coming back in. I hope I'm pronouncing that somewhere near right. I know there's got to be a few different ways to pronounce. Could be Adrienne. And I hope I'm getting it right for you. I'd love to feature you properly when you're here, especially because you've been back again and again. Let's get a few channels up on the screen. Hopefully Carrie Beth is still in the house. Designs by CAD Pro. And I saw that you said that you shared on Twitter. I can't remember for the life of me if I've already added you into our Twitter list. I'm going to make a note here so that when we, if I can spell properly, when I have your channel up, I'm going to make sure that you're added to our Twitter list if you're not already. And basically what that is, I'll show everybody what a Twitter list is and what it's used for. But anytime anybody shares for us, whether you tweet or retweet for TuberChat, then we will add you to this special list. And if you're the kind of person who's active on Twitter, I think we have 25 members now that are all active. So they're YouTubers who tweet and retweet for others. So you can find other generous creators and get some Twitter action going for yourself as well. Thank you, Taylor Rochester. Puppet Short Films, yeah, Twitter list. I'm going to show everybody what that is. Norma Grabby, thank you for coming in. Just want to make sure everybody here in TuberChat understands, of course, for those of you who are a little bit newer, that TuberChat is not a sub-for-sub network. We are very much about loyal and dedicated supporters, so everybody must be following the full procedure to connect. Otherwise, the whole system doesn't work. But Norma Grabby, I'm good. Thank you for asking. And Kid Wonders Gaming and Live Stream is in the house. Thanks for coming back in. So, Puppet Short Films. I'm going to go through the Twitter list when we get Designs by CAD Pro up on the screen, which will be shortly. I'm going to spin the wheel, and we'll see who's coming up next. Here's Eve Belize. Norma Grabby, I'm very good always. And then he got sports. I just want to make sure that you understand that we're all connecting for the purpose of being loyal and dedicated supporters to one another over the long term. We're not just here for subscribers, and people are not going to typically subscribe to you unless you go to their channels, subscribe to them, leave them a comment and things like that first. As long as you understand, then that's okay. But anybody who's here just to gain subscribers, it's not going to work, especially what's going on with TuberChat right now, or with YouTube right now in the purge. But if anybody, by the way, feels that there's something I need to address in the chat with regards to a specific creator not connecting properly and not subscribing to people when they say that they are, you can reach out to me on Instagram at all one word TuberChat, and I will be happy to address it. It's very unfortunate when, in the rare cases that I have to cut people from TuberChat, but I want everybody to understand that I will absolutely do whatever I can to protect the chat and make sure nobody has to waste their time focusing on anybody that's not going to return. And Declan Fans 2020, I'm just going to hide that comment because everybody already knows that they're leaving comments when they go to a channel. Yes, the Javier lifestyle, yes. And the reason why making your subscriptions public helps is because when you tell somebody you have subscribed to them, their sub count may not be going up right now because of what's going on with the YouTube algorithms. There's a purge happening, and it's resetting everybody's counts every day. When your subscriptions are public, you can say to them, I've subscribed to you. Now they can, or well, you don't say that here, but you say, I've been to your house or baked your cookies or whatever. They can go to your subscriptions and see themselves there, and then they'll know. That's basically a way of proof. Unfortunately, the things aren't going up right now, the counts. All of my channels have my TuberChat and my personal channel have subscriptions public for sure, and probably all the channels that I manage have them public. I will make sure. The Javier lifestyle. So just to be clear, what we do when we're connecting with another channel is you visit that channel, watch a full video, anything over 1 minute. So 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever it is, you watch a full video, leave a comment that hopefully will not get held for review or caught in the YouTube spam filter, then give a thumbs up and subscribe, and then come back and let people know that you've done that, and then they will do the same thing for your channel. So you must be subscribing to each channel that you're visiting here. That's what leaving the full package means, is leaving a comment on a video that you've watched in its entirety and subscribing. So it's not a sub for sub network, but everybody is expecting to subscribe to your channel after you subscribe to theirs. Taylor Rochester, good to have you back. And Lift to Eat, well, the purge stopper isn't an everyday thing moving forward. It's tough to say right now, but my bet and experience would just say that usually YouTube fixes the things that they break. eventually. And they break things all the time. But this looks like something that's ridiculous to be continuing on, because you can't, everybody will leave the platform if they can't grow, right? So I'm sure they'll get it sorted out soon. We'll have to wait and see, because there's no timeline, no information from them. They're not even putting out any public statements about what's going on, as a matter of fact, that I've seen. So that's unfortunate, but I just hang in there, keep doing what we're supposed to be doing, make sure you're fulfilling your side of the obligation properly in all counts, and you will, hopefully we'll all be in for some good news soon enough. Is there a channel that came in that I missed? I feel like there might be. I hope I haven't missed anybody. I tend to get caught behind in the chat a little bit here and there. PA, thanks for reminding everybody to thumbs up. It really does help, so thank you very much. And then I might have to do something about this. Oh, Christian Nomad. There you go. Okay, it's not a purge. It's a glitch. So as much as you say that, I might differ and just say I think there was a purge and then a glitch. It seemed like it. Pardon me for 1 second. Kristen is just pointing something out. So I was just talking about Christian Nomad. That's why Kristen was just pointing out something to me. Hopefully we can show you this. So when you look here, this is Kristen logged in. I know the green screen's affecting it. Kristen is just pointing something out. That was Philly Girl, and it says that Kristen is not subscribed, but not only are they subscribed, they're swapping playlists right now. So this shows you another little bit about the glitching that is going on. It's just out of control right now. So puppet short films, maybe. The Javier lifestyle, the wheel is based on engagement in the chat. So after you're here for a long while and you have... actually, I'm going to add a couple people to the wheel. Christian Nomad and Lift to Eat, specifically for your help earlier, if Lift to Eat is still in the house. But the wheel typically, after engagement in the chat, after about 30, 45 minutes, today seems to be a little bit longer. I have a robot that keeps track of how engaged everybody is in the chat. After a while, I put you onto the wheel. The wheel is completely random, and then when I spin the wheel and your name comes up, we put you up on the screen. So it's based on engagement, because what I wish for tuberchat, the purpose is that hopefully you're growing your channel, meeting new friends and family members. For your channel, that's what I wish for you here. So Puppet Short Films is a new connection for tuberchat. This is probably the first time we've had your channel on the screen. So what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos. I usually look for something around 10 minutes, but I'll take this longer one, 14 minutes here, and I'll add it into my watch later list. Pardon me. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list in full. I will watch that video completely. I will leave you a meaningful, genuine comment, and then I will give you a thumbs up, and I will subscribe to you, and in that way I'll make sure that the subscription sticks. And then hopefully you have also subscribed to tuberchat and got the notification bell on so you don't miss our further live streams. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And so he got sports. Hopefully you're connecting to people in the chat. Just please remember, you must subscribe to them first, and come back here and let them know that you've done that after you watch a video and leave a nice comment for them, and then they will turn around and do the same thing for you. I have a feeling that even though you say you understand, you may not understand. And unfortunately, with TuberChat, I must insist that everybody is connecting to each other the same way. We all very much believe in dedicated and loyal support. And so if that's the case, that's fine. But if not, then that's fine too. You have to make that decision for yourself. I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here. Thank you very much, Taylor Rochester. I appreciate your kind words. Hopefully we'll see you back again and again, and hopefully we can get your channel moving for you. Jaden Sue, 28, is a gold member. And Jaden Sue is actually the first and only channel to have been featured on TuberChat twice for their generosity and for their loyalty and dedication. They share for us all the time, as well as they're in almost every I think they're in every live stream that I do, both here and on my personal channel. They do the featured channels collaboration, and they are willing to swap playlists with people. By the way, oh, my pleasure, Puppet Short Films. If anybody does want to swap playlists for the purpose of gaining watch hours, everybody's free to make those arrangements independently, of course. Just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists, like Jump the Fat just did, and you will find yourself with other creators reaching out to you for the purpose of making those arrangements. And when you see somebody else, like Lift to Eat is willing to swap playlists as well, I know that. So if you see somebody like Jump the Fat, for instance, just said, I am willing to swap playlists, and you know that you are as well, like Kid Wonders Gaming live stream, you can go and mention that. You can reach out to that creator individually as well. The only thing I ask from everybody is always make every arrangement in TuberChat individually. You're always talking to people one at a time, and that will make sure that everything is great and everybody's on the same page. Thank you, He Got Sports. And then I, Janae, your travel bay. Hopefully you're meeting new friends and family members as well. Oh, I, Janae, your travel bay. No particular emojis here mean anything specifically. You might find members using special emojis that are like social networks, so they can be followed on Instagram or Facebook or Pinterest and things like that. But as far as all the emojis that we're all used to, no particular one means anything different than any other. Typically, it means, for instance, if somebody left 2 of those hearts with the crosses, it means I've added you. But specifically, the way that we're supposed to be doing it, for the most part, is leave a single emoji of any kind next to somebody's name to let them know you want to connect with them. And then after you visited their channel, watched a video, left a comment, given them a like, and subscribed, come back and leave 2 emojis. That lets them know that you've done it. And then comment about the video that you watched so that they can find your comment easily, and then they can move faster and get you subscribed to as well. And then has In Rachel's Place come in? Did I see you come in? MSK Family Vlogs is here. Stephanie Everything 260. Forgive me, I didn't get you. I didn't welcome you when you first came in. Let's get you on the wheel. These are members. MSK Family Vlog, same thing. You do not have to be a super chatter or a member to get onto the wheel, but in the case of super chats and memberships, we'll just let them skip the line and get onto the wheel or onto the screen right away. If anybody has any questions for me, by the way, with the way that things work here at TuberChat or anything at all you think I might be able to answer, I'll always do it to the best of my ability. Forgive me, I'm just having a look here. Yeah. So there is something I should probably address. When we're leaving comments for people, it must be a long comment. You can't just say nice vid or great or emojis and things like that. YouTube right now is doing a really aggressive job of deleting subscriptions from people constantly. And you run a very big risk of losing the connection almost as soon as you make it. So while we're connecting, you must leave a long, genuine comment, preferably related to the content of the video. It's very easy to do. It only takes an extra second, but it solidifies the subscription. I know for sure there are a lot of people in here. Well, I don't know about a lot, but there are a few people in here in TuberChat right now not leaving comments that are very long. I know you want to rush and hurry up and get subscribers, but I promise you it's not going to work and make you happy just to do that. The reason why is because even if you get your 1,000 subscribers and somehow manage to get 4,000 hours of watch time without actually supporting anybody else, you're going to find yourself making a lot less money when you're monetized because you're not going to have true friends coming back watching your videos and leaving comments and doing all the things you need. So I just want to encourage everybody, please. And then Becky Peters, forgive me, but please keep the emojis down to 2 at a time. We're going to get you to 250. Becky Peters is going to hit 250 any minute. So if a couple more people will connect with Becky Peters, then you will find yourself over 250. I'm as excited for you as you are to get 250, but we'll calm the emojis down. That's funny. In most of the growth streams like this, most of the hosts ask you to keep your emojis to 2 or less. That's why I do it in TuberChat. And I think I've had enough of one thing here. I have to. It's very unfortunate when I cut people, but unfortunately, there are when we have a channel that comes through that either doesn't want to connect the way that we're connecting, or I cannot make them understand after several chances. It's heartbreaking to me to have to cut anybody off, but I can't allow anybody to have to spend their time connecting with a channel that won't connect back. Let me spin the wheel. I'll get another channel up here while I take care of something on the side here. Yeah, that's yeah, thank you.
That's unfortunate.
Yep. But I try today. I tried even harder than most times. There's a lot of glitching going on with YouTube right now. So if anybody happens to find their messages are not coming through, if you're watching and you can't comment, then you can reach out to me on Instagram at tuberchat, all one word, and we can see how we can get the situation fixed. Oh, Eve Belize, yes, TubeBuddy. Let me get through it. MSK Family Vlogs is coming up right now. Poor Designs by CAD Pro is still waiting on you. The other thing I've got to just remind everybody of, I know I have a banner that I keep putting up here, but we got to be patient with everybody right now a little bit. There's no excuse for not leaving meaningful comments. However, your sub counts may not go up right now while people are subscribing to you, because of the glitching and purging and everything else that's going on with YouTube right now. So just please be a little bit patient with people if you can, so that we don't aggressively get after anybody when things are not moving as smoothly as we're used to. Pardon me for 1 sec. In Puppet Short Films, that is well put. Well, jump the fat. I hope you're not talking about swapping playlists with 10 people all in one day, unless you mean you're building a list, because that seems unreasonable to me. I run sometimes 6 playlists at a time for people with legitimate accounts, all logged in and things like that. And that's about the max I can do on any internet connection. And then D Turner Gaming, good to see you. We've got you on the wheel because I have seen you now, because you are a member. D Turner Gaming has been connected with me both on TuberChat and my personal channel. TuberChat since the beginning, but on my personal channel for many, many months as well. So TubeBuddy, let me see if I can do something quickly here. This may cause an issue because it slows down my connection so unbelievably bad just when I'm live streaming. I could probably cut off some of these things that I don't use. But anyway, okay, so TubeBuddy's on. Let's refresh. And I'm just going to show you quickly one thing. This is what the biggest way that I use TubeBuddy. So there's a link in every description of every video that I put out, both here on TuberChat and everywhere else. It's an affiliate link, so it helps me if you use that one, if you're going to get TubeBuddy, even if you use the free version, because you get credit for people installing. Fatima Asim, thank you for coming in. I think you've been here before, but forgive me if I'm wrong about that. And maybe you have been here before, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. If you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time. And then, so forgive me, I missed a question, but Designs by CAD Pro, watch later the videos in this community. That's not really how it works, if I understand what you're talking about. I use the watch later list specifically because I'm the one who's live streaming now. I have to get back to everybody afterwards, but that's not how we're connecting. So you're supposed to be watching a video right now. You can leave the live stream to go watch a video. That's what you're supposed to do if you have to, if you're on a phone or can't use another window or something. Leave a comment for that creator, subscribe to them, then come back to the chat and let them know you've done that. but putting videos in the watch later and trying to take care of that later is not the way that everybody's expecting to be connected to. And hopefully I'm answering your question right. Very cool, D Turner Gaming, swapping shifts there. Sometimes notifications, Norma Grabby, yes, you're right. The notifications don't ever seem to work completely consistently. Oh, okay, very cool. Okay, Jump the Fat is doing what I was hoping, which is making a list. Arlette Style Home Cooking, thank you for coming in. Hopefully we'll see you again Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday every week, but the times change. And then Taylor Rochester is just asking how to swap playlists. So I'll do that, and then I'll get into TubeBuddy for a quick second here. Let me put another channel on the screen for now. TubeBuddy's ready to go anyway. When we swap playlists, what we're talking about is if you can make a playlist of all your videos, not including live streams, and then you call it something like Binge Watch Taylor Rochester or All of Taylor Rochester, something like that. What happens is you're agreeing to run a playlist of another creator's videos, and they're agreeing to run your playlist. You're not obligated to sit and watch every second of every video or like or comment every video. The best idea is always to like and comment at least the first and last video in the playlist. But you can see that if you have a playlist of 2 hours or 3 or 5 or 10 or 20 or whatever, if you get a lot of creators running that playlist for you, your hours are really going to stack up. It's the one thing that we can do legitimately to move our hours a little bit faster. But the more important benefit that you get, and the reason why I push it so much, is because once you've traded favors with people, you can have a you can get a friendship started, because when you trade favors with somebody, you will afterwards find yourself being favored by them because you've helped them, and you will probably find yourself favoring them because they've helped you when it's time to watch videos. Imagine if you had 100 true friends, and I know we need 1,000 subscribers, but let's say you had 100 true friends who are really happy for you to be succeeding, would truly come and watch your videos, comment, like, and all that other stuff, hang out in your live streams, so that every time you put out a video, you'd get 100 views in the first 24 hours to give it a head start. Wouldn't that be wonderful for your channel? And that's what we're trying to accomplish. So swapping playlists has 2 benefits. And there's lots of creators here. If you want to swap playlists, you can simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. And there's many creators in the house that are willing to do that. If you want, Kristen Welton will do it with you if you want for your first one. And then that's my girlfriend. She's in the chat as a moderator and a member, and she does it all the time. And then she can guide you through the process. Hopefully I'm not missing too much in the chat. I tend to fall behind a little bit, but we're going to do a quick look at TubeBuddy for a second. The Cruz family, thanks for coming in. Fatima Sim, hopefully you're meeting new friends and family members. All right, it looks like it. My BS Life, good to see you in the house. My BS Life was with us in Niagara Falls. He actually spent a couple of days in Niagara Falls with his girlfriend. They did some sightseeing, and he did a lot of content and filming for his channel that will be upcoming. So hopefully everybody will catch My BS Life and subscribe to them. And we did a collaboration yesterday on my personal channel. We went for breakfast and had a talk about both his time in Niagara Falls, Canada, and YouTube itself. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. My BS Life is willing to swap playlists as well for those of you who are willing to. Oh, Carisha. Okay, yeah, you're good. Sorry, I don't think I gave you a proper welcome when you came in, but hopefully you're feeling welcome and you've met lots of friends and family members. The Javier Lifestyle, yes, and designs by CAD Pro. The truth is, whatever works for you, but as long as we're not deviating from the procedure. As long as your best interest is supporting the creators that you are connecting to, you know you're going to get most of it, if not all of it, in return. But as long as that's your intention, then whatever you're doing is probably fine. Thoughts on your new video? So Norma Grabby, we don't do any self-promotion here, so I just hid that message. But the idea is, as you gain new friends and followers, myself included, you will find people coming to your channel, watching your videos. When I get a chance to get there, then I will certainly have a look at what you've got going on. But I'm hiding your message just because it's self-promotion. It's me, Winston. Yes, Honey is in the house, and we got some more action in the chat here now. Mr. Johnny 25 is just become a member, so thank you very much for that. Because of that reason, I'm just going to get you onto the screen right away. I promise we are going to do TubeBuddy in 1 second here. And thank you, Declan Fans 2020. So Mr. Johnny 25 is, I guess this is the first time we're having your channel on the screen. I thought we were already connected. I thought I've been to you and already connected with you. But perhaps I'm wrong about that. So because you're a new connect, but not to mention with all this YouTube glitching going on, we've just seen it. The last glitch that we had, Kristen was not subscribed to me, if you can believe that, or tuberchat as a matter of fact. And today she's not subscribed to somebody she's swapping playlists with. That's ridiculous. So anyway, we see the glitches are what they are. But either way, so Mr. Johnny 25, I'm going to find a video from you that I can add into my watch later list. I'll take this 8.5 minute one, add it into my watch later. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, in the next 24 hours, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment for you. I'll give you a thumbs up, and I will subscribe to you. And then that way I'll make sure that the subscription sticks. And then hopefully you're subscribed to TuberChat as well. I'm sure you are now that you're a member, and you have the notification bell on so you don't miss our further live streams. It's always Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then Taylor Rochester, thank you for the kind words. But Shen Zen Zen is a very much loved and well-respected member of the community. So I'm happy to hear you say that. As well, Shen Zen Zen has a video that's going viral right now. So she's got 18,000 views in not much more than a week. It might be a couple weeks now. But I hope everybody will check out what she's doing, and hopefully we'll get a chance to ask her sometime in the near future what happened, so that she can share that knowledge and help us make improvements to our own channels. Maybe we can have some luck come by and do the same thing for us. Okay, so TubeBuddy, I'm just going to show you the way that I use it very quickly. One quick thing here, and hopefully this is going to be valuable for you. So TubeBuddy's on. I've installed the extension. I'm logged in and everything else. And I'm just going to search for Niagara Falls Zipline. Forgive the self-promotion, but I just have to come up with something. This is something that I did the other day. Kristen and Kira and I and another YouTuber came down and we did this. And when I look at Niagara Falls Zipline, my video is brand new, so I'm not even coming up anywhere near the top of the search results. Not even in the search results. So I got to do something about that. But anyway, what I do is come over here then, and TubeBuddy is giving me some information on how good this video is if I want to make a title, for instance. Now, we already went through this yesterday, but when I look, it says good, 46 out of 100, which means there is a lot of search volume for this. Lots of people are looking for videos like this, but the competition is not too bad. There's not that many out there. But watch what happens when I click and jump the fat. I'll get to your question in a moment. Oh, Hoops Family Network. That's weird. Another glitch, I'm sure. Check if you go to different pages. Sometimes when you go to a home page and then you click on the videos page, the bell becomes available. So when I click Zipline Niagara, oh, if I would spell it right, it would work out better. Zipline Niagara Falls instead of Niagara Falls Zipline. Let's see what happens to TubeBuddy when it refreshes. And we'll see if the score went up from 46 out of 100. I actually renamed my video because of this. There you go. Look at that. Very good. 73 out of 100. So now you've got an improvement. So that's how to determine a title. Now, there's more involved ways with TubeBuddy to do that, but this is the quickest way, and I use this all the time as well. Related searches. You can grab all of these things, 1, 2, 3. You can grab them all if you want to, and then most used tags. So I want Zipline, Niagara Falls, Mist Rider is the name of it, and then I want Niagara Falls, Canada Zipline. Copy these to the clipboard, or you can make a list for it. If you do videos of the same type all the time, and then you can just paste those into your video as tags. And that's what I use TubeBuddy for, and that's why most of my stuff moves not too bad on all the channels that I manage every time. That's the fastest way. If you have more time, you can get deeper into it all, but these are quick ways to do some quick checking on what's a good title and what's some good tags. Here's Carrie Beth. We're going to look at her channel, and I'm going to catch up with the chat. Carrie Beth is with us all the time. She's been connected to me for 8 or 9 months now, and with tuberchat since the beginning. Here's so Jump the Fat is saying when you stated when you swap playing, don't put when you're swapping playlists, not to put live streams in it. So most of what I've learned comes from other people. I learn from creators of all sizes every single day. When I got involved in this community and started doing playlist swapping for myself, the people that I choose to believe and the people that I respect, one and the same, all suggest that live streams are not a good idea. Now, we can't be sure about the watch time with doing extensive testing, which nobody really wants to spend the time doing because we really want our watch hours, right? However, the mentality is this. The way you might watch a Netflix television show and binge watch an entire season or an entire series all at once means that somebody could like your videos and watch all of your videos all at once. That makes sense that a human being would do that. What does not make sense is that a human being would sit and watch replays of live streams all in a row that way. And again, it's not even saying that we're right, but I always suggest the safest way to handle everything with your channel. So the safest way, and it's worked for me, I monetize both my personal channel and tuberchat that way. Actually, that's not true. Tuberchat actually is only live stream, so that's all I could do. But I have other monetized channels where we didn't even do any of this as well. So I've monetized 5 channels personally so far, and the biggest one now has almost 9,000 subscribers, but is making 5,000 Canadian dollars per month in between AdSense, super chats, memberships, and Amazon money. And then the Cruz family, it's fine if you're on a phone. We still want to be following the same procedure. Hopefully I'm understanding you right. Forgive me, I get a little bit far behind in the chat sometimes. Jazzy Nicole, great to see you in the house. Yo, it's your boy Leo's in the house as well. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anything. This Wheel Puppet Short Films is wheelofnames.com. It's a free website, and the person who made it just put ads on it, but it's so easy to use, and you can customize these colors, you can add your logo, and it's unbelievably easy. I love it, and it's used on a lot of live streams. I found it from, I don't remember where, unfortunately, but it's free to use. Wheelofnames.com. I'll leave that up for a second. The Ace Deuce family, good to see you in here. I hope I haven't missed anybody in the chat, but as long as you're still active, I will certainly get around to everybody at some time. Hopefully everybody here is meeting new friends and family members. Kristen Welton is just asking how many people here are monetized. Wonder how many, It's Me Once and Yes Honey's monetized. I wonder how many channels in the chat are monetized. PA says not them. And Fatima Sim says not them. But that's okay. We're all going to get there, I promise. Kristen's on her way. She's got somewhere around 3,800 watch hours now. giving room, of course, to the glitching and other things that are happening with YouTube right now. And then thank you very much, Mr. Johnny25. I appreciate the kind words. Carrie Beth is monetized, but she's still willing to swap playlists with people. So that's something to note. MAH Videos, good to see you here. And then Taylor Rochester, hopefully we'll have some new content coming up for everybody soon. Let's spin the wheel, get another channel up here. Christian Nomad, thank you. Oh, that's my personal channel. So I'm the only one who gets to say it, but I will get back to you afterwards. And Jaden Sue. I always say Jaden Sue, but it's Jaden Sue 28. And I already put his channel up. I forgot to take it off the wheel. That's okay. We'll put it up for another second, and then I'll move on quickly. I can't type either today. We'll look at Jaden Sue just for another second. That's a gold member, but it happens to be the only channel, the first and only channel to so far have been featured twice on TuberChat for their generosity, loyalty, and dedication. And I'll spin the wheel, and we'll get another channel up, and then I'll add a couple of names to the wheel. Finding happiness in all you do. Good to see you in the chat. I think you've been here before, and forgive me if I'm wrong about that. It's possible we connected outside, but can't be sure if this is your first time. Forgive me, please, for that. But hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody that you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time. Oh, perfect. Okay, thank you, Finding Happiness and all you do. Specifically, the way that we connect here is to leave a single emoji next to somebody's name to let them know that you want to connect with them. Then head to their channel, watch a short video in full of at least 1 minute long so that it registers with the YouTube algorithm. Then leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. It should be at least a couple of full sentences so that it doesn't get held for review or caught in the YouTube spam filters, and then give the creator a thumbs up, because we should always be doing that for each other, and then subscribe to them and come back into the chat here and leave a double emoji of any kind next to their name. That lets them know that you have secured the connection the right way, and then say something about the video that you watched so that they can find your comment easily and then turn around and do the same thing for your channel. And if everybody hasn't already, I'd love it if you would give a thumbs up to the stream. Share if you can, if you have a community tab or Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or any of that good stuff. And then a thumbs up really does help the stream. I know if you're on a phone, you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. And it only takes a moment, and it really does help the stream, so I'll appreciate it. Okay, as a matter of fact, actually, I said I was going to add more names to the wheel, but what I'm going to do, this is Stephanie is Everything 260, who happens to be a member as well, which means that they get added onto the screen, onto the wheel as soon as I see them. And then silver and gold members get added to the wheel, whether they're here or not at the beginning of every live stream. Here's Lift to Eat. We added this channel onto the wheel early today because they assisted in a tutorial that I was doing earlier where we were trying to figure out how to get our subscriptions made public. That's something that I recommend for everybody. I'm going to start maybe pushing that a little bit harder, because it makes it easier to connect with people while we're doing what we're doing here. There's really no valid reason in my eyes as to why you need to keep your subscriptions private. But by making them public, what it allows is when you tell somebody you've subscribed to them, they can visit your channel to look at your subscriptions and then see themselves there and know that you're right, even if their sub counts don't go up because the glitching and other stuff that's happening with YouTube right now. Jump the Fat's willing to swap playlists. Diggy Kid Vivo, thank you for coming in. And Kid Wonder's Life of Wonder liked and shared on a second account. They always do that for us. Thank you very much for that. Taylor Rochester shared as well. Thank you for the share. It really does help. And that's it. So, Janae, your travel bay. Right now, there's a lot of glitching going on all week. It's been going on with YouTube where sub counts are not going up. Like I've got the message on the screen there. So you have to just be patient with people. So still, we insist everybody must connect with the same procedure that we always do, but you'll have to just be patient with people and hope that they're connecting and keeping true to their word. TuberChat is a very loyal and dedicated community. Or I should say it's a community of loyal and dedicated supporters. So as I tell stories about the channels that come through the chat and come on the screen especially, you will probably get an idea of the kind of loyalty and dedication that I'm talking about, where these channels are truly out to support others as much as being supported by others. So it's unfortunate that we have to, rely. We don't have, YouTube's algorithm to rely on right now, or the analytics rather, because of what's going on right now. But I'm sure they're going to fix it. I'm sure things are going to straighten out soon enough. They have to, because everybody's snapping. So I'm sure they're going to do something about it soon enough. In the meantime, we just have to do what we do. But you're right, and that's the reason why. So people are likely still connecting with you properly. It's just a glitch. And then Winston GJ, thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. This is your first time with TuberChat, but we have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so you can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. And if you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time. Let me spin. We'll get another channel up here. I was hoping to see designs by CAD Pro already. I don't know why it's waiting so long. The wheel is not in your favor today. I want to get into that Twitter list for a quick second. Hopefully Puppet Short Videos is here as well. Kristen Welton, my love. This happens to be a moderator and a member. She's with me always here in TuberChat. And she has her own channel. She's doing her own thing. She's doing a better job than I am of posting videos frequently, more so than I am, usually 2 a week, sometimes 3. Hopefully everybody will connect with her. She is willing to swap playlists, so if anybody wants to do that, you can do that with her as well, D Turner Gaming. And if anybody else is willing to swap playlists, you can simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat, and other creators will reach out to you right away for the purpose of doing that. You can make those arrangements independently, of course. Skywatcher Footage, good to have you back in the house. Puppet Short Film, she lives here. D Turner Gaming. I finally got back to it. We'll see if I end up putting a video up next weekend again. I always live stream, even on my personal channel every week, but I got behind in posting videos. So I've done it 2 weeks in a row again, and hopefully I'll get something done. I'll have to film something tomorrow that I can get up next week before TuberChat runs. TuberChat's in the mid-afternoon tomorrow, Eastern time. Let me spin. We'll get another channel up here. You have to forgive me for rushing, but we have a family engagement today, so we're going to have to cut shortly. Here's designs by CAD Pro. And now is my chance to have a look at our Twitter list. I'll describe to everybody exactly what that is. Rodney and Janelle, good to see you back. So Jump the Fat, what I'm going to ask from you is when you're connecting with people for the purpose of swapping playlists is to make the arrangements one by one. In my opinion, it's the best way because it gets a bit of a connection started and a friendship started, as you can imagine. So, Designs by CAD Pro. Let's first of all click Twitter and get to your Twitter page. I'm on the wrong account, actually. I've got to do this in another window. So I've got to use a Firefox for this because I have Twitter logged in on Firefox. Not that this matters. I'm talking nonsense. So copy link address is what I'm going to use. Let me get back to Firefox. Hopefully. And we'll go to Twitter. Just expand it for a second. I'm not going to hide my wheel because I don't want to do that. And the first thing we're going to do, let's look for, oh, here. Designs by CAD Pro on Twitter. Now that I see it, forgive me, I forgot the name. Now that I see it, I think you've already been added to our list. And I don't see anything here, but it doesn't matter. I'll go to my notifications. There, you shared right there. That's Designs by CAD Pro. So what I do is go to, go to my profile. You'll usually see 3 dots here, but because I'm logged in, it's not. And then what happens is you can go to lists, and you'll see we have this list called tuberchat stars. What this allows is 2 awesome things. So first of all, if you wanted to keep, let's say, on your Twitter account, a list of all the YouTubers you follow, you would make a list of YouTubers. And then anytime you want to just see what's happening with them, you go to the list and you get the feed just from them. But when we click on members, the other amazing feature comes where now, oh, I accidentally clicked on a tweet here, I think. Oh, and that wasn't a good one. We'll go to members, and you'll see our list members are here. These are all people who have either tweeted or retweeted tuberchat. And as you can see, I call the list. Let me go back to the list. Tuberchat stars, yes. And here, YouTubers who tweet and retweet for others. So if you go to tuberchat, actually has a lot more members than I thought. I was thinking 25. We have 31. So if you have tweeted or retweeted for tuberchat, I will add you into this list. And then other people who are on Twitter who are looking for YouTubers can come here and grab 31 people right away who they know are generous creators who are at least willing to tweet or retweet for others. So forgive me, I'm a little bit behind in our chat. And thank you, the Javier Lifestyle. Oh, puppet short films. We don't do any self-promotion here. So there's not you. If you can say you have a Twitter, because we're talking about it right now, if you'd like to, I'll let everybody just for right this second if you want to, because we're talking about Twitter. If you have a Twitter handle, it's easier for members because I have a Twitter icon for them. But if you want to, then just say Twitter and put your handle, and that's fine. Taylor Rochester, you're not on the wheel right now. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Let's spin just for fun so we can get Christian Nomad up here. And I should have known Designs by CAD Pro. I thought that you were already on the list, but I should have known for sure. But it's okay. We got a chance to look at it, show everybody what it is. Christian Nomad, let's get you up on the screen. This is the creator in which I was in their live stream last night. And they were the one who pointed out to me that what's happening on YouTube is not just a purge, or not necessarily a purge, but a glitch. And every day sub counts are resetting and the numbers aren't going up and stuff like that. And kind of shed some light a little bit more on what was going on with that. So I was really happy to see that. You'll find yourself with an engaging and informative discussion anytime I'm sure that you catch Christian Nomad on a live stream. Oh, Puppet Short Films. When you go on tuberchat's profile on Twitter, there'll be 3 dots. And when you click, you should see lists. Or it's somewhere around there. Forgive me. I'm logged in, so it's not letting me look at it properly. Last podcast before the world explodes. Good to see you. And Honeyco, thanks for coming back in. And I do want to make sure that I connect. I'm going to, forgive me for skipping so quickly, but I have to wrap up tuberchat within the next few minutes because I have a family engagement today. I didn't want to take the day off. That's why we ran tuberchat so early, but unfortunately I have to cut it off early. I've been on for 2 hours. Usually it goes anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. Taylor Rochester, let me get to your channel. Oh, my internet's slow because because TubeBuddy, while I'm live streaming, tends to slow it down. I got to turn that off. I forget all the time. And hopefully this will move now. That's Taylor Rochester right there. Taylor Rochester, you're brand new, is that right? Have I got the right channel here? I'm going to take your video. You only have one video here. So I'm going to take this video and add it into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment for you. I'll give you a thumbs up and I'll subscribe. And then that way I'll make sure that the subscription sticks. And then hopefully you're subscribed to tuberchat as well already and have our notification bell on so you don't miss our further live streams. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. So forgive me today because I'm so the Ange TV show, unfortunately, there's no way to know. This is the longest thing I've ever seen on YouTube that keeps dragging on. They always fix everything that they break, but there's no end in sight. It could be tomorrow, could be who knows, right? Unfortunately, I like to always try to be as positive as possible. My bet is that they will fix it and it will stop. But in the meantime, we just have to keep going and doing the things we're supposed to do. Bright Creations, good to see you back. And then thanks very much, my BS Life. It was a great breakfast that we shared together. I appreciate the time and, of course, the content. So, Janae, your Travel Bay, I just wanted to make sure I had a look at you for a second so I could get one of your videos here, make sure we're connected. So I've added that to my watch later list. What I will do is go through my watch later list within the next 24 hours. I'll watch that video in full, leave you a meaningful, genuine comment. I will give you a thumbs up and I will subscribe. And in that way, I will make sure that the subscription sticks. And then, yeah, hopefully everybody's having a good time meeting new friends and family members. Okay, Puppet Short Films. If you can, so I have like Twitter for myself and I have Twitter for tuberchat. But Twitter for tuberchat is just simply the one word tuberchat. If you want to go there, if you tweet or retweet for tuberchat ever, then I'll add you to that list anyway. But if you want to even give me some kind of a direct message, I don't use Twitter that much. I use it for promotion, but not really communication. But if you want to message me there or send anything at all, then I'll make sure we're connected. I'm just looking at something in another window here. Oh, thank you, Shen Zen Zen. I'm sorry, you know, while we were having breakfast, we were talking about Shen Zen Zen's video. She's got a video right now that's going viral. Apparently, it's got over 18,000 views already, and she just put it up a couple weeks ago or less. So we were talking about it. I thought it only had 5,000 views. I was even surprised more so to find out that it's moving that fast. But there's obviously something to... blurry on StreamYard. It could have to do, Wanston, let me show you quickly. It could have to do with your green screen setting. When you go to the green screen and you move this slider back and forth, I didn't realize I didn't have my, look, my green screen is not in the right place. You see what I did there? My green screen was not in the right place. I got to put a mobile one. Anyway, let me put the wall on for a second, and you will see when I move the slider back and forth, it changes. So you got to find the sweet spot for your particular green screen and lighting setting, but that could be possible. Lots of times I see creators who have it like this, and you see how I'm fading in and out there. So that's a possibility. Let me get this out of here. Hopefully I haven't missed much in the chat. I certainly don't mean to. And what was I looking at? I'm looking at something in another window here. All right. Okay. YouTube, a feedback report about the glitch. Very good, Lift to Eat. I did a survey the other day or whatever. I told them, you know, you want a feature that everybody needs gone, take the thumbs down off. You're not helping anybody. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, they don't need it. Neither do you. So forgive me, I always get so wrapped up in that stuff. But when you have a chance to talk to YouTube, if they ever give you surveys, or you have a chance to talk to support for those of you who are in the partner program and stuff like that, whenever possible, if you have feedback for them, please, by all means, let them know, because we never know how many people are telling them about some things that need to be fixed. And I know we're facing bigger troubles right now with the glitches that are going on and everything else. Hopefully they'll get something done about that. But that's interesting as well. And then one more thing that I, as we grow and as we follow more and more creators, it becomes harder and harder for all of us to support everybody as much as we all might like. So I appreciate every moment that everybody spends here at TuberChat and on my personal channel. So hopefully everybody will have a great rest of your day and weekend as we close it off. It is Sunday now. And TuberChat will be back tomorrow, much later than today, but hopefully you are all subscribed and have the notification bell on, or you can hit the front page and get notified about that individual live stream if you'd like to. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So forgive my quick exit, but I am having a family engagement, and it is time for me to go. We'll be back, and we'll pick it up tomorrow. And thank you very much, Puppet Short Films, for the message. Thank you, Christian Nomad Lift to Eat, for your help earlier today, getting those subscriptions made public and finding that setting. Thank you, everybody, for the time that you've spent. And we'll see you hopefully tomorrow, and if not, next weekend. Bye-bye, everyone.